Well, guys, it's the last new comic book day of the year. We got to go out with a bang. Let's see what's coming out so I can tell you what I'm getting. What's up, guys? BJ Kicks here. I buy comics, I read them, and I review them, all for your viewing pleasure. So if you're new here, welcome. And if not, welcome back. By the way, Merry Christmas. I hope your Christmas was great. Today's the day after Christmas, so go ahead, hit up those stores for all the sales and stuff, whatever retailers do. I went into a Target earlier today, and they were like, no toys anywhere. So good luck with that. But anyway, this is a series I like to call What I'm Getting, where I go through the books coming out this week. I tell you which ones are on my pull list, what's on the chopping block, and what's on the maybe list, something I might make a game day decision on. Now, I always like to start these lists with the book that I am most excited for. But first, a quick shout out to our channel sponsor, Ultimate Comics. Now, Ultimate Comics is my LCS. They've got 4 locations in the Raleigh-Durham area, but I understand that most people in my audience don't live in the Raleigh-Durham area. So what good is that, right? Well, you can actually shop with Ultimate Comics twice a week on their Facebook live show. So you can get anything from like super rare back issues, exclusive variants, and this week's new covers and stuff. So that's twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday on Facebook. But also you can shop ultimatecomics.com, and that's where you can get first dibs on their store exclusives like this one for Silver Surfer Rebirth #1. Now look at this cover by Alex Maleev. Now you can just get the normal trade dress cover for $19.99, or you can actually get the trade dress and virgin set, and I believe that's $59.99. So super dope, super limited. You can only get that cover at Ultimate Comics, and it's super dope. So anyway, shout out to Ultimate Comics for sponsoring this video, and thanks for just being great people. Now, let's get into this week's list for Wednesday, December 29th. Now, like I said, it's the last new comic book day of the year, and typically I look for a lull sometime between Christmas and New Year's, and it looks like this week is basically about as much of a lull as we're going to get. So it's a bit of a light week, but the book that I am most excited for this week, you probably guessed it, it's Stray Dogs, Dog Days #1. Now, this one's by Tony Fleecs with art by Trish Forstner, colors by Brad Simpson. Now, this book, the original Stray Dogs miniseries, was a 5-issue miniseries that came out at the beginning of 2021. And it really kind of took my pull list by storm, and I really, really enjoyed it. They had their horror movie variants and all this stuff. I actually did a whole video about why Stray Dogs is one of the best series of 2021. Right? So you can definitely check that out if you missed it. But Stray Dogs Dog Days is basically a return to that universe. We get some more background for some more of the dogs that we didn't necessarily explore in the original series. So that I'm excited about. There's only 2 issues of this, but take a look because there's literally 55 variants for issue #1. So I guarantee there's something with an artist that you love, but they might be exclusive to some store. Don't miss out. Go ahead and pre-order, because once stuff hits shelves on Wednesday, it's going to fly off it. So that's got a cover price of $4.99. I'm getting cover A. And that's actually the only independent book on my list this week. So indie books are going to cost me $5 this week. Now let's move on to Marvel Comics, where it's also a lighter week for me. Now we're starting this off with The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 83. Now, if you've been watching this series for a little while, you know I've got a love-hate relationship with the Amazing Spider-Man title. Ever since Nick Spencer left, which I wasn't enjoying it with Nick Spencer on it. And they started off with issue 75 with Patrick Gleason doing the artwork. And I don't even remember who wrote that. I think it was Cody Zells? Cody, I don't know. I forgot the name. But anyway, my point is, that was a great issue. That issue, was it Zeb Wells? I think I'm getting it mixed up. Zeb Wells, Cody Ziegler, there's different names. But that first issue 75, they came out the gate swinging. Some of the best artwork, some of the best storytelling in Spider-Man. And I was like, yo, I'm down for this ride. And then it's been, like I said, up and down since then. We've had a bunch of creative teams switching up. We got the artists switching up every couple of issues. We got the writers switching up every couple of issues. And it seems like this series is either the most exciting book on the shelf or it is absolute filler. And I'm kind of tired of the up and down, but the great thing is that for issue 83, Patrick Gleason is writing and drawing the issue. So if I had high faith in any issue, it'd be this one. We'll see. I don't know. They're talking about rebooting the Spider-Man title in March. I might end up falling off it until then because it doesn't need to be on my pull list this many times a month. But Spider-Man 83's got a cover price of $3.99, and I'm just getting the cover A. And the last book on my Marvel Comics pull list is Devil's Reign issue number 2. Now, Devil's Reign, written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Marco Cicchetto. First of all, best art in Marvel Comics right now. Like, I loved issue 1. Now, I gotta give you guys full disclosure. I jumped into issue 1 completely blind just because I had some money in my budget that week. And so there's like 30 issues of Daredevil that precede this Devil's Reign storyline. And did I feel like I was lost? No. Do I feel like skipping 30 issues is going to come back to bite me? Yes. But I'm absolutely down for the ride. Kingpin's mayor. He's outlawing superhero activity. He's hiring the villains to serve as like this anti-hero police force. It's really cool. And there's like mob stuff going on. I'm excited to see where this goes, even though I had no business picking up issue number 1. So Devil's Reign number 2 has got a cover price of $4.99, and I'm just getting the cover A. And that's it for my Marvel Comics this week. So if I just stick to the list, they're going to cost me $9. So if you're keeping score at home, we're only at $14 on the budget so far. Not bad, especially when my limit is $50. But let's move on to DC Comics because, you know, they always are the whammy on the wallet. But first up from DC Comics is Action Comics issue 1038. Action Comics by Philip Kennedy Johnson, following the story of Clark or Superman on Warworld fighting with Mongol, with the Authority. I mean, honestly, if you're looking for action in a comic book, this is the one. I'm not even a big Superman fan, but it's been so action-packed and the art's been so great that it stayed on the list. So Action Comics 1038, it's got a cover price of $4.99, and I'm getting the cover A. Next up, DC vs. Vampires number 3. Now, DC vs. Vampires number 1 was like just exciting enough to get me to read issue 2. Issue 2 is in a pile somewhere because I've been preparing for like end of year stuff. And so here we are coming up on issue 3. Should I be picking it up? I don't know, but hopefully it's still good. I'm probably going to drop after this one though, if unless it was just super amazing, and I'll do a review to let you guys know what I thought about it. So check that community tab. That's got a cover price of $3.99, and I'm just getting cover A. Next up is Detective Comics issue 1046, Detective Comics by Mariko Tamaki, art by Dan Mora. This is another Fear State tie-in. And I really thought we were done with Fear State. Detective Comics is never leaving my pull list, but I'm tired of Fear State. So not crazy excited about this issue. I'm ready to jump into this whole Shadow of the Bat series that Mariko's got coming up starting at the top of the year. But that one has a cover price of $4.99, and I'm getting cover A. Next up from DC Comics is one of the more fun titles, one of the books that I am actually really excited for, Flash issue 777. Lucky number. Jeremy Adams has been doing a great job on Flash. Like, it's just been a really fun, action-packed book. I've really enjoyed it, and it's Wally West. It's a little bit more of a lighthearted Flash book with the family feels and everything that I love in comic books. So I've been excited about it. It's got a cover price of $3.99. I'm getting cover A. And next up on the DC pull list is Justice League issue number 70. So Justice League has been interesting, right? I have been enjoying it decently enough. My big criticism with Justice League by Bendis is there's not really distinct voices for these characters, but I'm willing to suffer through that because we're finally getting character development for Naomi, who's one of my favorite characters, or one of my favorite newer characters in the DC universe, but we hadn't had much material from Naomi since Naomi season 1. Well, they just announced Naomi season 2 is getting started up, I think next month or maybe February. So I'm really excited about that. But this Justice League book. So this weekend, the whole Christmas holiday, I spent knee deep in the Uncanny X-Men by Chris Claremont Volume 1 Omnibus. I'm preparing for an epic X-Men read through. And so I was trying to get a head start on that Omni. And this X-Men by Claremont really just highlights what I love about team books, right? And that is character development. I feel like characters are developed so much better alongside other characters, right? It's why I love the Justice League and the Avengers movies. Yeah, the solo movies are great. Yes, Batman as a solo book is great. But sometimes you want to see your hero contrasted against other people in their universe, and it helps you appreciate the things that make them special, and it helps you kind of see in other perspective what their downfalls could be, right? And that is done masterfully in Claremont's X-Men, not so much in Bendis' Justice League, but it's almost over. I think he's jumping off the title with issue 74, so I'll probably stick around for the ride. Because like I said, Naomi's character is being developed, and I like that. But Justice League number 70's got a cover price of $4.99, and I'm getting the cover A. And the last book on the DC Comics pull list, speaking of character development, is Robin number 9. Robin, written by Joshua Williamson. I have thoroughly enjoyed this book. Like, I love it. Love it a whole lot. This is giving us this whole action-filled tournament. Damian Wayne learning more things about people's personalities. The Robin Annual was super dope. But anyway, I'm really excited about Robin. I'm ready for this tournament to be over. We got this whole event starting with Robin, Deathstroke, and Batman next month. Quiet as kept, Joshua Williamson is becoming one of my favorite writers, especially with the way he takes care and attention to and of DC characters. Love it. So Robin number 9's got a cover price of $3.99. And I'm just getting the cover A. And that's going to do it for my DC Comics pull list. If I just stick to the list, my DC Comics are going to cost me $27 this week, which means it's another week under budget. Yes. Praise the budget gods. This week, my grand total out of a budget of $50 is just $41. That is before taxes and before my shop's 10% loyalty discount. So all in all, to spend only $40, that's exciting. Really excited about that. And that means I got room to play with. So there might be a ratio variant that I see on the shelf that I'm like, oh, let me get that. There might be a graphic novel that I see. Who knows? But I'm excited about it. And that is a great way to end the year 2021. Now, you guys stay tuned to the channel because I'm doing still a bunch of my best of 2021 all week. And this Thursday, we're going to really end the year with a bang on December 30th. We're doing the Hangout at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to count down some of my best or my favorite books of 2021. I'm going to give away some stuff because we hit 4,000 subscribers, doing all the things. Really excited about it. So stay tuned to the channel. If you didn't subscribe already, do that. Make sure you hit the like button on this video, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Until then, hope you saw something you liked, and if not, hey, that's cool. You can always buy what you like. Just make sure you read what you buy and be nice to others, because kindness makes the world go round. Peace.